Erev Shabbos Parshas Ki Savo, there's one beautiful pasuk where the Rebbeinu Shalom is Kaviyachol gushing over us, and he says, I'm giving you all these brachas, you have all this tremendous matanos. Just understand that the Rebbeinu Shalom created the world for no reason. There's no reason. Hashem is lacking nothing, never lacked anything, never will lack anything. He created the world. Why? So if you look at the Ramchal, it's because he had a ratzon to give. And to fulfill his ratzon to give, Hashem created a world where he can give to us the ultimate giving. What's a gift from Hashem? Hashemness. Hashem gives us the ability to be godlike. And the Berkowitz said that not only did Hashem create a world to give, Hashem didn't need to give. That would be a lack. Well, Hashem, you need to give? The word need is definitionally a lack. Hashem created his ratzon to give. And Mamela, through that ratzon, he created the world to fulfill that creation, that bria of ratzon to give. Fascinating idea. The Torah tells us in this week's parasha that if you choose Hashem as your God, and you follow in his ways, and you listen to his voice, wow, then you get all the geschmack stuff in the parsha. Problem is that there are 3 steps here. You choose Hashem as your Rebbeinu Shalom. He is your God, your one and only. Awesome. Okay, that's like a conceptual idea. Okay, now he's mine. What do you do about it? You go in his ways. You follow the Torah and his mitzvahs, and you do everything that a Jew is supposed to do. You give him midos. You act as Hashem acts. You do everything that Hashem wants a Jew to be doing. He wants you to be the ultimate, the ultimate human being. The ultimate human being is more than a human being. But then it says, and you listen to his voice. You chose to listen to Hashem. We're already doing Torah mitzvahs. That was step 2. What's step 3? So the Ramban says it means that you're going to listen to the Nevi'im. It's a beautiful Vort, Ramban. But even in the times of the Ramban, we didn't have Nevi'im. What's that pasuk telling us? I think that today, without Nevi'im, without Nevuah, we have Ruach HaKodesh. And we know that there's a baskal that comes out of Har HaMoriah every day, crying for us to come back home, to do tshuva. Do we hear that baskal? What's the point of a baskal if we can't hear it? So Gedolim tell us, Kibalt Mirabo Yisai, that whenever you have this sudden feeling, this urge to do good, to be a good person, to do the right thing, that's that baskal. Whenever inexplicably you're like, you know what, I'm better than this. That voice is the bas call of the Rebbeinu Shalom. It's an echo of Hashem talking in your brain. Those are the voices we have to listen to. When you walk around, there's no prophet who's going to yell at you. There's no prophet who's going to translate and explain why all the tragedies happen, why all the good things are happening. We don't have that clear. Even Nevuah needed a little bit of interpretation on behalf of the Navi. But we don't have that today. We have to be our own Nevi'im. I hereby consecrate you. You are now a Navi, alright? When you walk outside today, you look up at the stars, you look up at the sun, the clouds, you look at anything that happens in your life. You woke up, for Pete's sakes. Anything that happens, translate that, interpret it, understand. Listen, it's Hashem talking to you. It's ganz fine if you're watching this video, you already chose the Rebbeinu Shalom, you're already going in his ways. You are the 0.02% of the population on this planet are Jewish, okay? The percentage of those Yidden who are Hashem Torah mitzvahs, who are going in the way of Hashem, we're an infinitesimal amount of creation. The entire universe is spinning for us. For this 0.002%. Hashem Yishma, it should be a much larger percentage of Klal Yisrael, Be'ez Hashem. It's all for us. Translated to hear the Rebbeinu Shalom's voice. That's where all the bracha comes from. That's where the bracha comes from. When it's a relationship, every bracha we make, it's a conversation. When we're in touch with Hashem, when we hear Him talking, and when we talk, when we're in conversation, the bracha sprouts from there. There was this Yid, Rav Moshe Bangel, something like that. This Sephardi Yid. He was in charge in America of a Chevra Kadisha, And he had this inyan that he was very makbid on, that whenever they were burying somebody, he would make sure to get a hold of this yid's talis. Not just stam a talis from this farm store when they have lying around. Make sure to get the talis that this yid wore every Shabbos, every Berchas Kahanim he was under there. He schwitzed in the talis, he davened in the talis, he wore it to the brisim and the simchas and everything. His talis. Make sure that was the talis that he was wearing on his final journey when he would bury him. And this was Rav Moshe's hakpada. The day came and it was Rav Moshe's turn. And his kinderlach knew that in Eretz Yisrael, where Moshe was going to be buried, the minhag is not to bury in a talis. Okay? But they knew that this was his thing. So they asked the Chevra Kadisha, would you mind if at least when we're transporting him, when we're bringing him to Eretz Yisrael, at least until the Kavura, let him be in his talis. Let him be Mekayim, what he helped so many other to be Mekayim. So they were asking him, yeah, B'Simcha Rabbah, and they wrapped him in his talis, his Heilige talis, and they flew him to Har HaMenuchas, and nobody in Har HaMenuchas is buried in their talis. They're a tremendous good olim there. No matter what you ask for, you're not gonna take down this Chevra Kadisha. The Chevra Kadisha messed up, and there's one yid today who is buried in Har HaMenuchas with his talis. They forgot it under Moshe. They say even the Gra, who wanted to be buried in a kosher talis, it ripped on the way in, right? What do you hear? What do you hear when you hear something like that? You hear, oh, cool story. You hear, cool coincidence. Coincidence is just what? The 7-letter word for the Rebbeinu Shalom. Right? 11? Yeah. It's just another name of Hashem. Listen, hear the voice of the Rebbeinu Shalom talking to us. So yes, when we're doing the Torah and the mitzvahs and we're doing our tshuva and halal, have a relationship with the person who we are coming back to. We are on a journey to the Rebbeinu Shalom. Keep that destination close in your heart. Listen to the Rebbeinu Shalom's voice. We should all be zeichet to be our own neviim, to be able to hear the words of the Rebbeinu Shalom, to hear the baskol that's begging us to do tshuva, to hear all the beautiful messages that Hashem sends us every second. If we could just only have the ears to tune in, Be'ezer Hashem, we should be zeichet to hear that voice, to hear those voices, and to be able to see Mashiach and greet an era when those voices become absolutely clear. V'hoshev kanem lavidasim levim l'shim l'zimram. Ki anu amecho v'yato malkeinu ki anu toinecho v'yato roye. Good Shabbos.